Hello everyone and welcome to my beta impressions of Firefall. My name's Dr. Frolix, and in this video I want to tell everyone about my thoughts, suggestions, experience in the Firefall beta. Some backstory before I go on. I've been playing Firefall since 2012 and I consider myself a veteran in terms of MMORPG. I played a good deal of them and I haven't made a YouTube video of every single MMORPG I played, but I hope that you'll believe me when I say that I have played a great many of them. And Firefall has been sort of like a last hope for me. Like, I really want to get into Firefall. I think it's going to be a great game if it reaches its maximum potential. This video is about how awesome Firefall is, but apparently I believe that it hasn't really reached its maximum potential. So, going to talk about how awesome Firefall is, I think it's incredible, innovative, how the idea, the concept that Chosen can come out of the melding at any given moment and then attack a base, and everyone has to go there to defend against. And if they don't defend against the Chosen, then that place is going to be owned by Chosen, and well, basically you can't get there for a long time. That is something that's really beautiful. And someone's calling me on Skype, but I can't decline them because my Skype was glitched. As I was saying, I think the concept that the Chosen invasion, I think that's totally awesome. And little things like gliders, LGVs, those things are really great too. They're straying away from the traditional concept of mounts and giving something that totally works with the whole theme of Firefall, and I think that's totally fantastic. But again, now moving on to the missed potential part. When I started Firefall, I pictured it to be some amazing sandbox game. Sandbox highlighted, because I thought that nearly everything I do would affect the world in a very large scale way. For example, if I fail to stabilize a Chosen bomb, then that bomb would blow up and cause devastating destruction across the whole map. That really isn't the case here, so I think it's a huge problem. It's a really great blow to the authenticity of Firefall, if that's a word. It makes it feel, it reminds players that they're in a game and not a living, breathing world that players could actually interact with. So that's I should say it's a pretty big problem to me, because I actually did want to play Firefall as a separate world that I could affect in many ways. But it really isn't. All I can, the only sandbox element that I could imagine here is the invasions. But even those are kind of flawed. I mean, the arc-light cannon, why can't we have, instead of having a system detonated at 10 minutes, perhaps we could have a squad of players board this dropship, send it to the arc-light, and then have the players man a cannon that they could shoot and eradicate the Chosen. That would be cool. That would be very dependent on player actions, not a system where you have to basically survive 10 minutes and wait for the computer to blow up the Chosen. That kind of gameplay, it reminds players that they're playing a game and not living, well, okay, that's taking it too far, not playing a game where the world is theirs to control. And that wraps up my beta impressions of Firefall. In recap, I do like the game a lot. I've invited many friends over and we had amazing fun in Ares squads. We ran Ares missions all day long and we enjoyed our time. It was totally awesome, if that's a nice way to put it. But I really wanted to play a sandbox game where I could affect a lot of things, where the world would truly be mine to affect. And so far, I don't believe that Firefall has been that game for me. I'm not talking about how you could push back the melding. That's kind of linear if you think about it, because everyone's going to be pushing back the melding. So I kind of want, maybe this is too good to be, but I kind of want Firefall to be completely realistic in terms of its Ares missions. Because right now, Ares missions is, to put it in the simple way, all that Firefall is. I mean, thumping, you can't thump for hours on end. Ares missions, I feel like Ares missions is the only dynamic, it's the only gameplay option for people who want to play Firefall full time, given that they don't want to play PvP all day. So that's my thoughts, my impressions, my suggestions for Firefall, and I hope that a lot of you don't hate me after watching this video. See ya.